HowExpert. HowExpert Top 10 Legend of Zelda Tips and Tricks. HowExpert publishes quick how-to guides on all topics from A to Z by everyday experts. Visit HowExpert.com to learn more. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more HowExpert Top 10 videos in the future. Moving on, let's talk about the HowExpert Top 10 Legend of Zelda Tips and Tricks. Number 10. Learn to cook. One of the most important mechanics in Breath of the Wild is cooking. With this mechanic, you can take items such as apples and Hylian mushrooms and make dishes out of them that increase the number of hearts they restore than their raw forms. Cooking also allows one to create dishes that give Link different stat boosts, such as increased speed, increased defense, increased attack power, cold protection, and heat protection. So the biggest thing players should do is figure out some of the best recipes for such dishes. One such important dish is made using ideally 5 hearty durians, which gives Link up to 20 extra hearts on top of his normal amount. How useful is that? Number 9. Search for Karoks. High, low, under rocks, and on top of trees, Karoks are found absolutely everywhere throughout the land of Hyrule. These little forest creatures, once found, will give you a Korok seed, which you should then give to Hestu, a very large Korok, so he can put them back in his maracas. As you travel throughout Hyrule and solve the various puzzles or look in the interesting places the Karoks are hiding, and give more seeds to Hestu, he will expand your weapon, bow, and shield stashes, making this a very useful tactic to become more prepared for tougher foes. Number 8. Find the Great Fairies. There are 4 great fairies in all, and all of them contribute to the game and play an important role for Link. When Link visits them, they can all power up his clothes when given the right materials. At times, there are even bonuses given when wearing a set of upgraded clothing. Not to mention, around the Great Fairy fountains are usually a few smaller fairies that, when struck upon and caught, will save you from death and restore 5 hearts when you would otherwise die. How great is that? Number 7. Complete quests. As you journey across Hyrule, you'll find several NPCs that have tiny red exclamation points on their speech bubbles as you pass. This is a sign that they have a quest for you to complete. Completing quests is a valuable way to help build more of the story around the land of Hyrule. Not to mention picking up a few nice things along the way. There are quests that lead to hidden treasures, shrines, and more, while others involve helping the citizens of Hyrule simply improve their lives. It really is a great way to make the world of Hyrule feel more real. Number 6. Break ore deposits. As you travel gallantly across the amazing land of Hyrule, there will be ore deposits scattered across the region in rocky areas. Always try to break these open, as they have valuable materials inside. While most of the time there will be flint and rock salt, there are times where you will find topaz, rubies, sapphires, or even diamonds. These valuable stones can either be sold for a high price, or they can be used to rebuild rare weapons in-game. Number 5. Stat boosts really come in handy. Throughout the game, you'll come across different dishes, clothes, and elixirs that boost different stats, such as sneak, speed, defense, and attack power. Not to mention electric resistance, heat resistance, and cold resistance. All of these stat boosts come in handy while traveling Hyrule, since you can come across all kinds of powerful monsters. Some that summon lightning storms, others with an incredible health and speed, or even those that can control the weather. Stat boosts can really give you the winning advantage. Number 4. Use your surroundings. Throughout the game, the beautiful land of Hyrule gives you several opportunities to keep the amount that you use your weapons, and damage them in the process low. Often, around Bokoblin campfires, there is some sort of easy trick in the surrounding area to deal a massive amount of damage to all of them. Whether it's pushing down a boulder onto one of the explosive barrels they have lying around, or shooting down a lantern onto another explosive barrel, these neat little tricks help keep Link out of harm's way, while also allowing him to pick up some valuable loot. Number 3. Be sneaky. Late at night, monsters such as bokoblins and moblins will fall asleep, leaving their entire camp open for plundering. But the only way to get in without being noticed is to be sneaky. Link will need to crouch down and walk about slowly to keep his noise down so they don't wake up. Once he sneaks up close enough, he can sneak strike the enemy, striking them hard and dealing massive amounts of damage so he can loot them. This also works in the day, but it's harder as they are more alert. You also may want to be sneaky to sneak around tough opponents. Number 2. Learn to parry and dodge. Parrying and dodging are important mechanics of the game that give Link a fighting chance in any fight. When Link has his shield out, Blocking attacks with L, he can then parry pressing A. If timed correctly, it will knock an opponent back from their attacking stance, leaving them open for attack. This also works against Guardians, the toughest opponents in the game, as Link can fire back their laser beam straight at them, dealing massive damage. This even keeps the shield from getting damaged. Dodging is another important mechanic that starts the same way as parrying. When in stance, Link can then dodge to the left or right by pressing jump, the X button, and left or right with the joystick. He can also dodge backwards against horizontal swings by jumping and pressing back to do a backflip. If timed correctly, Link will land and then be open to a flurry rush, where he will run up and strike the enemy several times in joint succession for incredible amounts of damage. Number 1. Complete every shrine you find. This is the most important thing for you to do throughout your travels in Breath of the Wild. Every shrine in Hyrule has very valuable items in it, along with items called spirit orbs. Once you collect 4 spirit orbs, you can go to a statue of the goddess Hylia and pray, where she will offer to give you an extra heart or stamina vessel, powering you up permanently. Not to mention all the powerful weapons, gems, and items found throughout the many different shrines, and the fun puzzles involved in solving them all. They really help you become a more powerful hero for all of Hyrule. If you liked our video, be sure to click like and subscribe for more HowExpert Top 10 videos for all topics from A to Z in the future. Also, let us know what other topics that you want us to do a HowExpert Top 10 video in the future in the comments below. Thank you, have an amazing day, and take care. HowExpert publishes quick how-to guides on all topics from A to Z by everyday experts. Visit HowExpert.com to learn more.